Well,
Incredible
this
exhibit.
is always to do dream scenes. How does one do a dream? And I think what Sir Ben Kingsley mentioned to Michelle one day, he says, she's a ghost. So he said, where'd you come from? In other words, if you're going to go in the scene, usually an actor has to know, well, I just came in from the street, I went up the stairs, I opened the door, and there you were. But we don't show you that in film. But where does the ghost come from? Where's she been? You know? And so it's very difficult for actors, I think, to stay in a dream state. And what you did there is so beautiful. It's still very moving to me, this scene. And I designed the shots and moving and tracking in and intercutting. So who is, but she is. If she's gone, they says, I have to go, I have to go. And he can't hold on to her anymore. It's always a problem doing a dream scene. I just find probably the most realistic way of shooting, because a dream is very real. But this particular scene had other elements. The ash, the fact that she disintegrates. And so it really, for me, was their faces, was the whole thing, their faces. Yeah.
Now, so Wolf of Wall Street was developing all through this period, I guess, for many, many years. And so this is something you wanted to do for a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
obviously.
I think, right, as you mentioned before, right about around the same time we had gotten the opportunity to do Wolf, but I feel like, you know, Marty really wanted to make this an American epic, and simultaneously if we're going to do a film that is putting this, you know, very dark part of our culture up on screen, a very comedic one at the same time, but a very sort of, you know, these characters that are essentially incredibly narcissistic and you know, are just have no moral compass. You know, we wanted to push the envelope with it. We wanted to be able to, you know, portray their lives in an authentic way. And I think he got a little resistance from the studio initially, and he kind of backed off saying, look, if we're going to do this film, we got to do it the way it should be done. And we kind of agreed, and the whole thing kind of went on ice right around, and we ended up doing Shutter Island and went on ice for a while. At which point, you know, I had a couple opportunities to do it with other directors, and it was kind of got down the road with them, and right when it came down to commit, I just said I couldn't do it. I really had to have him do it. I really had to, because, you know, we knew we weren't taking on precious American literature here. We knew we weren't taking on The Great Gatsby, for example. We were trying to put this culture up on screen, and there's nobody that I knew that that would give the actors enough time through their characterization of these people ultimately tell the story. And that's what Wolf of Wall Street needed. It needed somebody that took the time to allow the actors to breathe, to experiment, to improvise, and come up with these moments that are the fabric of the story.